Hey guys, it's Garth Harris here, and today on this video we are going to be talking about postback URLs or server-to-server tracking. So I think there's really two different types of videos we're going to make here. This one in particular is going to be catered towards people that already have a general idea of server-to-server tracking, and they just need to know how to plug it in and make it work. Another video that we're going to make is just introducing the concept of server-to-server tracking. But today on this particular video, you're here watching this because you just need to know where to find the token or troubleshooting stuff real quick just to make sure that you can get a campaign live up and get it up and running. All right, so I have an offer here already open, and we're essentially the question is, how do I get server-to-server tracking to work on this offer? So let's just start with the basics. On this offer, we have the landing page. Now this landing page is the URL that your advertiser has provided to you. And the first thing we need to make sure that is there on the landing page URL is our cake request ID. Now the cake request ID is a session ID that gets generated on the click when somebody clicks on a cake tracking link. That session ID needs to be populated in your landing page URL on a parameter that your advertiser tells you about, and that gets passed on to the advertiser. On conversion, the advertiser needs to pass that exact same value back in the postback URL. So first things first, we have a landing page URL, test.com, and it looks like we've already set up a sub ID. And we've used the AF ID token to pass your advertiser the affiliate ID that generated the click. Now, they may have sub ID 2 available, or they may have click ID equals. We don't know. But the question to your advertiser is, what parameter do I need to use to pass you the cake click ID or session ID, whatever you want to call it, so that we can do server-to-server tracking? So we're going to go in here and pretend that it's sub ID 2. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the offer, click on edit. We're now editing the URL of this landing page, and I'm going to go ahead and add a sub ID 2 equals, and now we need to add the cake request ID, which is how postback URL tracking works. Now at first we're going to go to our list of tokens by opening up the action menu and scrolling down to the bottom, and we have show tokens. Now this is going to be a complete list of tokens, and we're going to find the request ID. Now the request ID is that exact value that we're going to need to use to make postback URL tracking possible. So we're going to pop that into sub ID 2 equals and hit save. Alrighty. So on the home tab, we now see that our URL has been updated with and sub ID 2. I should have put an equal sign in there, but the request ID is that token that we need to use to pass the request ID or the click ID to the advertiser. All right, next we need to generate the postback URL that you give to the advertiser. So let's go to the pixel button, click next, and now we have our options for which pixel to use. So this postback URL is the exact string that you're going to want to give to your advertiser. And the most important part about this postback URL is the R equals parameter. That's the parameter that your advertiser needs to pass this request ID back to you on once a conversion happens. So let's say you've set up your landing page, you've given your advertiser the postback URL, and they're testing some conversions, but you're not seeing anything work in your system. So where's the best place that you can go to look to see what's working and what's not working? And that's the pixel log. So I'm going to go ahead and exit out of this pixel card, and I'm going to go ahead and close down this offer card as well. Now here, let me close the action menu. Here on the advertiser's main tab, we have an option for the pixel log. Now the pixel log is going to be a log of every recent request from your advertisers. Whether it's an iframe pixel or a server-to-server pixel, it's the best place to go to troubleshoot, especially if you're setting up postback URL tracking for the first time. So we're going to go ahead and click on this number 5. Now this is the last 5 attempted pixel calls from your advertisers across all your offers. It looks like we had 3 that were ignored and 2 that have converted. So we're going to specifically look for that postback URL that we just saw in the previous card. All right, so I have 2 examples here. The first example, if I extend this a bit, is that postback URL that we saw earlier. F equals PB is the format is postback, and we have R equals request session ID. Now we see that that was never populated with a session ID. So what Cake is saying is that the cookie or the session could not be found, which is why we didn't convert. However, on the one that I have over here, which we did get to work, I have R equals and that ID that we generated on the click using that pound rec ID pound token. And we see that we have a conversion and it all generated everything appropriately. All right, if you have any questions, please reach out to your account manager or your technical support rep, and we'd be more than happy to help you. Thank you so much.